Well, it's that time again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the interview with Craig-Veltri.
Thank you, Megan Pennington, and welcome. Damn, it's late. To the interview. It's not every day you get to sit with someone as their latest single debuts on streaming, and I had such a privilege this past Thursday here in Nashville, Tennessee, with an artist already standing on a mountain of great work. We spoke to each other about 3 years ago when she was decidedly firm in her pursuit of becoming a country music act. Her previous album, 2024's Change of Plan, seems indicative of an artist's flexing range, including African drums, great American songbook standards, while still keeping a foot tapping in the world of bluegrass. 2025 saw her release a series of singles, including two with Dennis Douglas, who performs under the moniker Aberdeen Wedding Pianist. Their latest single, Fresh at the Top, a song literally about standing on a mountain, is available now on streaming. Recording on location in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, USA, proven once again that Music City, USA was never specified. Here she is, Sarah Louise. Welcome back to the interview, Sarah.
I love that, Craig. You did your research on everything. Impressed.
I had a very long road trip, and let's begin with the latest song and the collaboration with Dennis Douglas. You told me that you wrote this song at a retreat, I believe, in Scotland, and you literally just wanted to give everybody the view. Am I getting that right?
Not quite.
What happened?
I did go to Scotland and absolutely fell in love with it. And it wasn't written on that songwriting retreat. It was written on a songwriting challenge that I set myself in September this last year in 25. And Dennis was on WhatsApp, and I was saying to him, please can you give me some things that you feel about climbing the mountain in WhatsApp. So he was literally sending me different feelings that he had when he's at the top of the mountain. And he's talking.
Is he a mountain climber?
Yeah, he lives in Scotland. He lives in Aberdeen. Aberdeen Wedding Pianist, you see.
Naturally.
Yeah. And he was telling me about the Munros, about the Lost Valley, and about how when you walk back down, there's painters painting the scenery, how you can just drink water from the stream, and it just how beautiful it is. And I can't quite remember it because I was 5 years old on my dad's shoulders when we went to Ben Nevis. So I can't claim it as climbing it really because I literally was getting a lift. But I did climb Snowdon, and that's the single cover of me climbing Snowdon in Wales.
Okay, so mostly the stories of him, it comes from him and the melody. Now you are a guitarist primarily, and you've been using a lot of different instrumentations on this. So, did melody just come from the mind? Did it come from the keyboard? How did that all come together with you and Dennis?
That's a really good question. No one's asked me that yet. Wow. Okay, so I was at this songwriting challenge, and that was at the end of it, and this was the last day. And someone said to me when I was busking in Felixstowe, which is a seaside town in Suffolk, in the UK, and I said, "Come on, someone give me a topic for the last song of this songwriting challenge." And someone said mountains, and I already had a melody in my head as soon as she said it. It was so weird because I was thinking, well, a mountain, get the top. So I was going, fresh at the top, where the whole world's mine. Already had that in my head. And what was weird is when I sent that text to Dennis, it was like, you just feel really fresh at the top. And I'm like, stop it. That's exactly what I was saying. And I already had the melody, went to the toilet, played a little thing on my guitar, sent it to him. And I was like, what do you think? And then he put it all to melody, like he already knew the song. It was just how it come together. We call him Angel Fingers because he just creates.
Well, not only is this the first time that the first time you talked about a mountain, but this isn't your first collaboration with Dennis. And before that, you had done a song last year about the sea. Talk about how you found this gentleman and how you started.
I love that you know that. I love that you know that. Yeah, so my previous song that I did a collaboration with Dennis was called Place to Be. And I wrote that song sitting by a tree, watching the sunset. And I was just sitting there just playing and only come up with the first verse and the chorus. And I already felt like I'd found it, I'd found what was really important to me, and that's just music. It doesn't matter what genre, what, who you are is who you are in here. And what I was singing, I was literally singing my feelings out from my heart. And I was literally saying what I wanted. I want to touch nature. I want to be free. I want to spend my days living by the sea because that gives me peace. And I just sang those lyrics. And someone in Woodbridge, again, Suffolk, said to me, Sarah, that is your song. Finish that. That's really important. You need to finish that song. And he found me on YouTube and was saying to me, please finish that song. So I went live on YouTube where Dennis was, and he helped me finish the song. And he said he's going to play it for me. So he drove 10.5 hours. He had a breakdown in his van as well. He had to get taken all the way back on a truck, all the way to Scotland, because his van broke down when he came down to record this with me. So he recorded Place to Be. He recorded another Christmas song with me called My Christmas Memory. When You Know, You Know, another remake of it from my first ever album, Yellow Ribbons. You've got that CD, haven't you?
I believe I am in possession of it.
Yeah, so Yellow Ribbons was the one I wrote for my dad about climbing up the mountain. That whole CD was when another story. So this could take a while. We could go into tomorrow here. So yes, that, he'd done a remake of When You Know, You Know with me as well on piano. Very special, that. 5 years.
So we'll talk about the Christmas aspect of your catalog as well, but I do want to jump back. When we last spoke to you, you were on, I believe, the Then and Now album cycle, if I remember correctly, and you had come out with a record as I mentioned earlier, Change of Plan, and that was your 2024, and then after that you did a series of singles. Coming out of an album cycle and just releasing singles, was that a cost-cutting measure? Was it just, I had these songs in 2025 and I had to get them out as quickly as possible? Why the shift from
like we did there, the shift.
I'm glad you loved it. Why did you do it?
Okay, right, so there is a plan. It's funny enough. It's not just willy-nilly. So basically, the reason why I left it this year is because in November 2024, I released another album called Sunflower Now,
right,
which was a re-release of my original Sunflower. So I released that EP because it was doing so well, and I wanted to celebrate that because it had been 3 years of Sunflower. So I brought it out again in 2024, and I'm like, hang on, I brought 2 albums out in 2024. That's really greedy. I need to slow it down a bit.
Greedy? Why did you say that?
Well, because it's like, it's just too much. I can't cope. I can't deal with having no sleep. All this PR, all this work, all this promotion.
I see.
Like, it was just going on and on. I was just not having any time with family, not having a break. All I was doing is spending time in the studio, spending time designing covers, losing my eyesight from too much screen time because I'm just constantly designing album covers. It's like, yeah, I need to stop now. I need to have a break. But I can't have a break from songwriting because it's in my heart. But there is an album coming at the end of this year. But I'm doing it properly this time. I'm not just going to flash it out there.
If my count is correct, that the count that you had coming up to Fresh at the Top, you have about, I think 6 singles if you count the Christmas single as well.
Oh, God.
So is that to say that there's more to come and then there'll be official album release, or are you just going to be releasing the album in what's the plan for release?
Well, what I did last year for my audience, because I asked them to choose singles that they would like me to hear as a cover, so I could do it as a country cover. So I did release an album last year called Lost in Country. And that was out for Christmas with my Christmas singles on it that I did with Dennis, and also that I did with my friend last year, Tom Booty. We did a funny enough single called Pray for Snow, and I think I was singing it so much that's why I brought it to Nashville. Sorry about that.
Unless the way weather systems usually work is they tend to go west to east. So unless you did boomerang, threw it towards Russia, I think
it's all my fault. It's all my fault. I'm so sorry.
Well, we're here with Sarah Louise on the Craig-Veltri interview, proud member of the Scarfire Media Podcast Network. For more on Scarfire Media, please visit us on all of our social medias. Check out all of the shows on the Scarfire Media Podcast Network. Mommy Rockstar is coming soon, starring Megan Pennington, the Cool Brother podcast, the Deep Core Lore podcast hosted by our friend Annie Sasani. And thank you so much for listening to the Craig-Veltri interview. I want to talk about how eclectic your music has grown over this time. When you released the record Change of Plan, it almost indicated that the change of plan was in the genres that you were reaching for, because I think this is probably the most, as I already said, eclectic collection that you had up to that point.
I love
anyway.
that you know that.
So was that the intention of Change of Plan? Because it was like a whiplash, change of genre of the song.
Whiplash? That's a great album name. That could be my next one. No. So basically, Change of Plan happened because I had an idea, 5-year plan, because I basically want to get another 5 albums out. Oh no, hang on, how many have I got now? So basically, I need 10 albums out in my life. That's what I want to do.
I don't think the world would be sad about that.
I want 10 albums. So I've got another 3 to go. So it was going to be called 5-year plan because I needed another 5 at this point. This is in 2024.
Right.
So now I need another 3. But yeah, guess who had that name?
Do tell.
The Shires. They bought an album out called 10-year plan. I was like, you stole my name. But I don't think they did. So if the Shires are listening, I don't think they did.
I defy anybody in the comment section to tell us how many albums are called Sunflower. But
There's no albums called Sunflowers, only mine.
yours is the only one that matters.
Mine is the only one. Do you mind? Positivity, you know. No, but then my friend said, "Oh, it's just going to have to be Change of Plan now." Then I went, Change of plan. I love that because my life is literally a change of plan. I get to Nashville, the whole world's on ice. Change of plan. Like everything has to change plan and you just have to get on with it. Change of plan. And I had one out called It's Over Now because that was all of my exes on one album. Gone. Done.
There were a lot of breakup songs in there, and the one that stands out the most to me, So Nice, you released it on the record twice. Sorry, Not Sorry, the one that I alluded to that had the bluegrass group to it. I do gotta ask, you do use a lot of lovely pejorative for the male genitalia that come over from Britain. Is do a way of describing said appendage?
It's just a cleaner way of calling someone what you want to call them.
Whatever that
It
may
might
be.
not be a man. It might be a woman. You don't know.
And yet you definitely refer to what was the line exactly?
Oh, wow. Let's see.
It was you leave the hairs on the floor, your bedrobe on the door. You also go on to say that you are the reason that I don't have faith in men. So definitely gender assigned.
Okay, you got me. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to write breakup songs anymore. I'm so over that. I'm giving men too much airtime. This is why I want to write about mountains now and sunsets. They're much more beautiful.
Well, you didn't exactly dedicate it to tearing down all of your exes because one of the sweetest songs that I've heard in quite some time was The Smile.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Which, as somebody who grew up on a healthy dose of the Rat Pack, Frank Sinatra especially, hearing that Great American Songbook influence, again, from a guitar player primarily, how did the production of that song in particular come to the fore? And I hesitate to ask who was the, you don't have to name said guy, but who was behind The Smile?
Okay, so another amazing collaboration that was with my friend Ian Ray, who is an amazing jazz pianist on TikTok with over 500,000 followers. I went into his live one day, was fascinated with him because he's just got such a beautiful community of people on there that he speaks to 3 times a day, I might add. He goes live at 9 in the morning I think 5 o'clock in the afternoon and 10 o'clock at night, every single day without fail. And he's been doing that since lockdown, and he's building all his followers. He's got over 3 million streams on Spotify. Ian Ray on the piano, check him out. He's an amazing pianist, and he's so talented with the things that he comes up with. I said to him, we should get together because this would be so fun. I thought he lived in Scotland, but he doesn't. He lives in London, and so I drove
How
up.
convenient.
I know, he lives in London. It's still 2 hours from me, but it was well worth the visit. And we had so much fun, and we did loads of Snapchat filters, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And we had loads of fun. And I was like, "Let's write a song." He goes, "Sarah, we cannot just write a song in one day. It's like jazz takes time. You have to really feel it. You have to get into it. No, we've got to take time on this." I'm like, "Come on, let's just have a go and see what we can come up with." We wrote that in one day together, and he helped me with the whole like rhyming process, because it's like, nope, scrap country, this is not what we're doing. Like, it's like in your eyes, there's no surprise, it's like it just flows, it just be softer, be gentler with it, and just kind of let your voice get into it. And because of him, I'm obsessed with blues and jazz now. I'm really like, I feel like a different genre is coming with Sarah Louise. Like, I want to be singing in Ronnie Scott's with long black gloves and my hair in a beehive.
I can see more tasteful, sweet sequins in your future if you keep that up. But what I will say also regarding that song, and you talked a little bit about the process, go a little bit deeper. What would you say is like the biggest difference in writing a standard jazz blues song compared to, let's say, Sorry I'm Not Sorry on the same record?
Sorry Not Sorry was written whilst I was asleep. I woke up from a dream and had to record that.
So being awake is one of the keys, got it?
Yeah. And the smile was a fantasy about what I want. It wasn't a person. That's a secret, by the way.
Okay.
But my dad said, "Oh, I love that. That's your most favourite song." Like, who wrote that? I went, "I did." He went, "But it's really good."
I will say, while I love both of those songs, the one that really stood out to me, and forgive me that I am blanking on the title at the moment, but it almost had a Paul Simon Graceland kind of vibe to
Be
it.
real.
Be real. Be real. Be loyal.
That's what I wanted, Graceland. That's the vibe. Tim Potty Jones produced it. I said to him, "Tim, I want Graceland on this," and he so nailed that. He even put the harmonies underneath. I was like, "Come on, let's think Lion King. Let's think Jungle. Boom, 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 boom." Like, I wanted it to be like, boom. It was when the Barbie movie came out, and I just wanted to pop out of the jungle in my pink dress and go, woohoo! It was so. Have you seen
How would you go again?
Woo! Have you seen the music video?
No, I have not yet.
So it's me in the jungle, pulling out my hair extensions, turning up on a pink dress, and changing it to like a Tarzan outfit. It's well cool. Check it out.
Well, we promise that we will be playing Fresh at the Top at the end of this episode, but the Year End Music Showcase, that music video will definitely be featured later on in the end of the year.
Random.
So this is your third trip back to not merely America, but to Nashville within the last, at this point, half decade or so. Am I correct?
3 years.
Yeah. 3 years? Okay. So you keep the back and forth coming. I've seen the sadness in your eyes at the thought of leaving this place in town. Where do you see your continuation of visiting America and possibly even
Next time,
full
definitely
immigration?
summer. Next time.
Well, naturally, you've talked around it enough about. I mean, it's not like you. I mean, you're from Suffolk, and which is the country of. It's on the underground line, but it's still
I love this.
close enough.
It's on the underground line. It's a county.
Yeah.
It's not a place, so it's like a big thing. But obviously, for you, it's not a state.
County, excuse me.
Yes.
But
On the coast, darling, near the coast.
Yes, and so it's not, and with the hemisphere, it's not like you haven't seen snow before. So
No, but this is proper snow. This is proper icy. I've never walked on a ground and cracked it before. I've literally broken the ground.
Madam, your boots are not that sharp. But
I broke the ground running.
Okay. Well, weather aside, coming out to Nashville, the networking, and all of that stuff. Do you see that picking up in frequency at all? In
Well,
coming
I
years?
went to the listening
Or do you
room.
hope for that?
I went to the listening room tonight. Saw my friend Twinny, who I've been following for so long. I feel like she's my friend. I haven't actually met her in real life yet, but I've only been communicating with her through social media. And I've followed her journey, and she makes me believe that it's possible. So I definitely want to be at the listening room and the Opry at some point in my life.
Did you get to go to the Opry?
No. I've been before, but not this time round. It's just too dangerous. Everywhere's shut because there's no power, and everything was meant to be because of a reason. So there's a reason why I didn't go there this time.
And what do you figure that reason was?
Because maybe next time I go, I might want to be singing there.
Well,
Dream, 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 dream.
And we'll cut that off before somebody sends us a paycheck.
No,
I
I just have a feeling that better things are coming. I'm not being like big-headed or vain. I don't know, because I just feel every time I come back, something better happens.
Well, we, as you know, have a nice way of closing here on the Craig-Veltri interview. It's called the No Kiddin Questionnaire. But since you are a repeat guest on this, you get a crack at the No Kiddin Questionnaire 2.0, which begins as follows. What sound or noise do you love?
Ooh, that's a great question. Water.
Water.
Yeah, like from a stream, a fountain, not a toilet obviously, but from the sea, the waves crashing, water makes me feel at peace.
That's where I did a lot of my early writing, and where I anytime I've had headphones on, a cigar in my hand, and I just kind of go like this in front of the water, people are like, "You all right, man?" Just meditating.
Oh, that's nice. Powerful.
On the other side, what sound or noise do you hate?
Ooh.
That one, perhaps?
Yeah, I don't like people scratching on a chalkboard. That really gets me. Chalkboard. Or my daughter says, like, when I'm eating an apple, she hates the noise of it. And now she's pointed out the noise that I do, I can now hear everyone else eating.
Oh, God.
You know, the apple, where people don't close their mouth properly when they're eating.
Mm.
That annoys me as well. Is that allowed to be too?
No, I'm in America. You probably are going to lose your mind if that is the the frequency here. What is? Did you actually have a teacher like straight out of Pink Floyd's The Wall that would do something that horrid?
You hate it that much that you
Yeah.
just destroyed your whole sound system.
Go on, do it again. Anyway.
No, I didn't have a prehistoric teacher, but I do know what it sounds like, and the thought of it makes me feel sick. Are you okay?
What?
Then?
Yes, I am. I'm all discombobulated. What have you done to me, my dear? What is one song?
What is that word? Discombobulated.
Discombobulated. that.
Oh, a good word.
Throw that in a song. What is the one song, speaking of which, that you are not yet tired of playing, singing, or listening to yet?
Place to be. And Pressure at the Top. Oh no, you said one.
Is there a song in your library that you are saying, I can never play this again, and I will do this if anybody asks me?
Of mine?
Of yours.
I don't think so, but Sunflower I love. But everybody just goes on and on and on and on and on about it. I haven't played it once since I've been in Nashville yet. That doesn't mean because I'm sick of it, because I'm like, well, you surely know that's my song by now. But people are like, Sunflower, I love that one. I'm like, okay. But yeah, maybe that, I'm not sick of it, I just would rather play others. You know?
Yeah. I do know that. I have this conversation all the time with my main partner, Megan Pennington, about this. She's got a song called Free, which I love so much. One of the lyrics wound up in one of my own songs. she's been singing that song for 15 years now at this point. I get why people hate it, but I'm like, hey, saved my life. Shut up. So,
Carry on. There's someone that hasn't heard it. I haven't heard it. So she needs to keep singing it.
you would love it.
Oh, free. Definitely would love that.
If reincarnation is real, what animal or organism do you hope to come back as?
Ooh, this is amazing. I think a cat.
A cat. Why?
They have such a great life. Like,
9 of them, I hear.
they rule you. My cat literally was a player. She ruled me. I did anything for her, like anything. And now she's gone. I think she's really rested in peace because, yeah, she used to watch me songwrite, and I felt her love, and I just want to come back and give that love back to someone else.
Those little furry heartbreaks I've had. I was a dog. I had dogs most of my life.
Did you?
My dad was allergic to cats. We never had them around.
See,
the
I
house.
was as well, but then she found me, and then I become cured. It was miraculous. So you would come back as a dog, would you?
I've been accused of being one anyway, but I haven't given really any thought of that. If I could come back again, I'd like to be a human again.
Would you actually?
Oh yeah.
Female.
Nah.
You'd come back as a man.
I don't know. I think the tide's turning being a man these days. So I don't know. We'll check the waters, and I'll see if I have a choice. What is your favorite food to make at home?
Ooh, easy. Avocado with chili flakes with poached eggs and gluten-free toast.
I know a place or two in town that might actually fulfill that order.
Oh, I know.
I learned.
That's where we met, actually. That's what you're talking
Yes,
about.
we did. It was Copper Branch. They
Yes.
they closed it.
No, they didn't.
They did.
Copper Branch is closed.
Copper Branch is closed.
What, forever?
They haven't filled in the place, but I don't think they're coming back as is. So.
Oh my goodness! Imagine if I hadn't have gone there and you. See, I told you. Everything happens for a reason.
Thank you, Jay Marie, for hosting that open mic, and I hope you're enjoying your life up in Western Canada at the moment. I think you might actually be having warmer weather at the moment. Last I checked, it seems like every time I'm around you, Sarah, it's like I learn a new one of these. So, what is your favorite curse word?
Oh, a new one.
What is your favorite one?
What do you mean you learned a new one? I haven't got loads of curse words. What?
I've spotted knob. I've spotted, I mentioned all the ones about the male appendages. But out with it. What's your favorite curse word?
Oh, that's a good question. About someone, or when I'm just swearing.
Just when the 4-letter or however many letter X it is. What is maybe the most common one you use?
I sometimes say fuck a doodle doo.
Fuck a doodle doo.
Yeah. If I've done something wrong. Fuck a doodle doo. Like, because then I think I can get away with it because I've kind of like softened it a bit.
Thank God this isn't an FCC one because that still would count as the fine. I will say though, my favorite. You can say it on TV. It's not exactly a curse, but coming in the American voice, bloody hell.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah. That's my dad's favourite.
EMI like mine.
No, his favourite one is bloody nightmare. That's his favourite one.
A bloody. He saw my marriage. I'm serious. Last question of this questionnaire, Sarah Louise. If you were given the choice between starting life with your current knowledge again at the age of 6 or $10 million, which would you take?
That's a good question. Yeah, current knowledge at 6.
Why would you go with that route?
Because I'd say record those songs because they will mean something. Don't wait for someone else to tell you they're good. Just know that they are.
Because you did get that advice a little bit later on in life, correct?
Yeah, no one kind of believed in me, including myself. So it took me a long time to get that self-belief about what I was doing, because it didn't feel like a proper job. But it's not about a job. This is my life. It's not a job. It's my life.
I had often, people have said, you're really brave for what you do. You're really brave. No, it's the only thing I want to do.
It's not about being brave. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's like I was saying to Michelle Lee, who I met today. I told her what my friend said to me. I think I've shared this with you. When my friend Kylie said to me, if you're not a songwriter, you're doing yourself and the world a disservice. You don't have a choice. You have to do it. You've been given a gift. Use it. Because otherwise it's just savage to just let it go in the ground.
Or as Chris Stapleton put it at some point, I don't know if it's recently, songwriting isn't so much a gift as it is an affliction. So, and if I can
sometimes
also,
it's a curse.
Sometimes it is a curse, but I do think that there is an aspect of do it because you were born to do it, but I'll be honest, I do it because I want to do it. It's all I want to do.
Same.
So, well, this is the part of the program that every guest should enjoy the most, Sarah Louise. It is time for shameless self-promotion. Fresh at the Top is fresh out of the studio and onto all streaming services. Where can we find it, and where can we find you? Plug your pluggables, madam. Fire away.
Plug your pluggables. Thank you. So I am Sarah Louise, music official on everything now, even Facebook. You just put Sarah Louise Music Official and there I am. Because there's too many Sarah Louises in the world, but I'm the only one that's official.
You're the only one I think I would like. And,
that's nice.
And honestly, it was fortuitous and serendipitous that you were in town around the same time that I was. Twice. And I will say this. 3 years is way too long for me not to see some Sarah Louise in my life. So,
that's nice.
If I may quote Dick Van Dyke at the end of Mary Poppins, don't stay away too long. And thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you, Craig. And thank you to this amazing guy for being so patient with me, fitting me in. I've given him about 17 different options to do this interview, and I kept changing them. So thank you for sticking with me.
Something about pretty blondes with accents make me very patient. So, but thank you again.
It's all about the English slang. Thank you.
The Craig-Veltri Interview, where Craig-Veltri interviews wonderful people, is a production of Scarfire Media, the voice of the independent artist. Written and edited by Craig Veltri. Your announcer is Megan Pennington. The opening theme, Shut Up I Love You, written by Trenton Chandler and Craig Veltri. Performed by Craig Veltri, produced by Jack Gavin. Inside the Cabin, the first single from Moonshine, Vagabonds, will be out on February 13th. Megan and I have been hard at work on merchandise. Keep it locked on all of our social media for that, as well as future appearances on podcasts such as Ya Jagos Podcast, Jazz's Rock and Road Show, and many more to come. Time now to update the event calendar, because you must know where I am at all times. Friday, January the 30th, Craig Veltri and the Vagabonds at Tin Roof Memphis on Beale Street from 10:30 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. For full dates, go to craig-veltri.bandzilla.com. For booking info, including full band and this podcast, email me at craig-veltri@gmail.com. You can find the interview on Facebook by searching the Craig Veltri Interview, YouTube at Craig Veltri Music, and you can find me on Instagram, or as my old roommate, Biggie Tommy Thomas, used to call it, Instagirl, at craig.veltri. For Sarah Louise, I'm Craig Veltri, and this has been the Craig Veltri Interview. With that, I'll pass. Here's the latest from Sarah Louise. It's fresh at the top here on the Craig Veltri Interview, proud member of the Scarfire Media Podcast Network.
I can breathe easier when I reach the top. My lungs feel lighter and the climb just stops. The air's so fresh, so clear, so true. It feels like a mountain is healing me too. The river looks smaller, the sky feels near. The silence is golden, there's nothing to fear. with every horizon a brand new view. The mountain reminds me what I can do. Fresh at the top, when the whole world's mine, breathing my freedom, the sweetest sign. The higher I climb, the more I find. Fresh at the top, it clears my mind. Never wanted to come back down on a clear fine day, high above the ground, watching the sunrise, the sky turn gold. It's a mountain story that never grows old. Above the clouds, where the world's so wide, the beauty surrounds me on every side. It feels so special, just standing here, closer to heaven. The air is clear. Touching crystal water from a mountain stream, a wondrous place, a painter's dream. Come back down through the lost valley wide, where the jewels and beauty's secrets still hide. Fresh at the top, when the whole world's mine, breathing my freedom, the sweetest sign. The higher I climb, the more I find. Fresh at the top, it clears my mind.